Your mother was considered a great singer. I barely listened to her. May I ask how you got in?
No, you may not.
It's just that I'm surprised to see you.
Really? I thought you'd be expecting me.
What I meant was that you've been ill, and I'm very pleased that you've recovered.
Well, a lot of people were hoping that I would die, but I continue to defy expectations. And you, Alexis, I trust America has been good to you?
Reasonably.
I understand that the practice of law has proven successful for you.
I've been very fortunate.
I was also informed that you recently learned about your rather unsavory heritage.
It's been a very long trip for you. Would you like some tea? I can order from room service.
Just hot water and lemon.
This is Miss Davis. Can we have some hot water and lemon? Cookies and a pot of black coffee. Thank you.
Is that her ring?
Yes.
Are you aware that the sapphire is supposed to protect the wearer against harm?
Well, I've heard something about that, but as a rule, I don't put much faith in superstition.
It's true. That ring has already saved your life. The night your mother died, it was you, the illegitimate daughter of my husband's mistress, that I really wanted. But Kristen somehow sensed danger was imminent, so she tied a hair ribbon through the ring and slipped it around the neck of her small daughter, and then concealed her. Is any of this coming back to you?
I really have no recollection of my mother that night or ever.
Well, a good trauma does tend to suppress the memory, but it does return. Sometimes when we least expect it.
Do you know more about that night?
Your mother was dispatched. The next morning, Nikos found you in her room, silent, staring, clutching the ring. He convinced me to allow you to come live with us. Nikos. Oh, he had his ways, as I'm sure Kristen would attest if she could. We created the myth of the poor, distant cousin, because we felt it was the only way and the safest way to deal with you, until now.
I can understand how...
Don't attempt to understand me. I don't even understand me.
Sorry.
Now, tell me all that you have learned about your background.
Why?
To help me decide if I should spare you.
My mother was Nikos's mistress. She was talented. He recognized that, so he took her away and set her up as an opera singer named Kristen Bergman. She became a star. I was born. 5 or 6 years later, she was dead.
It was 5, exactly. As with everything he did, Nikos's plan to keep you and Kristen hidden was brilliant. But unfortunately, fate was against him. On an unscheduled business trip to London, I noticed an advertisement for a recital given by a new singing sensation, Kristen Bergman. I had no plans for the evening. I decided to attend. When she walked on stage, I recognized her immediately. By nightfall the next day, she was dead.
I know I should be horrified by this, but the truth is I really feel no connection to that woman or that child, Natasha. I'm Alexis. I've always been Alexis, and my childhood began on Cassadine Island.
Now, the past is irrelevant. Now that you have learned about your identity, the agreement that I made with Nikos to spare your life, as long as you remained unaware, is null and void.
I was hoping that you and I might make an arrangement that would be suitable to each other.
And what might that be?
I want to live. And you need something from me. If you didn't, I would be dead already.
Well, Alexis, you are shrewd. And your instincts are correct. I want to regain control of my family.
From Stefan?
Stefan, he's not the future. He's merely an opportunist. But Nicholas. Nicholas is the rightful heir. And it is he I wish to guide in his duties. Just room service.
Where is she? Helena? Come on, you little gypsy princess. The big bad wolf's here, baby. You know what that means. Come on, Helena. Come on out. It's your all-American boy toy. Here to be toyed with. Come on, Helena. I'll spank your tambourine. Where is she, Alexis? Where is that little gypsy princess hiding?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, well, don't tease her. You know the only reason she comes to Port Charles is to see me.
Haven't you heard that it's rude to turn your back on a lady?
You have very good color. Your eyes are bright. Mm-hmm. Posture strong, nice tail. Your recovery was amazing. But you look different. Less exotic. Remember the last time we danced? You were sucking your dinner through a tube.
Well, I've wasted nearly a year on my back.
Oh, no, never a waste, Helena. You on your back? That's not a cure, that's a career.
So I've tried to tell you.
So, what brings you here? Why are you stalking me this time?
My grandson was shot. I'm here to check his condition. I understand that the shooting occurred at your place of business?
That's correct. But sadly, I had nothing to do with it.
Count your blessings. If Nicholas had died, someone you loved might have joined him.
Oh, pussycat. You wouldn't slit your own throat.
Excuse me. Yes? Don't tell me that. Do something.
You and Helena have a fascinating way of relating to each other.
She's crazy about me. She wants to take me home. Slice the meat from my bones and whip me up into a nice thick falafel.
Unfortunately, I must leave.
Well, that's too bad. I just got here.
Oh, by the way, did your wife enjoy her birthday? I remembered to send flowers to her home in Switzerland, but I haven't received a thank you card. Our business is far from over.
Did she threaten you?
She knows that I found out that Nikos was my father.
That means you're dessert. I'm the main course.
You're surprised to see me. Didn't your uncle tell you that my health had improved? When the doctors told me I was dying, I simply refused because I knew I had too much left here to accomplish. You are the heir. And you are my dear grandson. Stefan stole you from me, but I've come to reclaim you. Not tonight. I know you have been thoroughly poisoned against me. And it's going to take time to gain your trust. But I will. Oh, we have been separated by years by Stefan's ambition.
No, Mother. By my common sense.
Stefan, lurking in the bushes. How like you?
You chose this spot, Mother. I'm simply here to hasten your departure. Go back to the house, Nicholas. I don't intend to eat with her, so I'm not in any danger.
You overestimate your advantage. Now, Nicholas is no longer a child. You can't warn him away from me and expect him to do your bidding. Though I must say that his reluctance and refusal to speak this evening demonstrates a lack of character on his part.
Your spies are slipping.
What do you mean? Is there something about his injury that I haven't been told?
He had a stroke.
Oh, my God.
Nicholas has expressive dysphagia. He can speak, but he prefers not to because sometimes his sentences are jumbled.
No, has he seen a specialist? I mean, have you taken him to a speech therapist?
He refuses. No doubt another demonstration of his lack of character.
Oh, always the strategist. How efficient to use my grandson's handicap against me, particularly when his suffering is because of your neglect. Oh, you brought him to this godforsaken city. And then you left him with Luke Spencer's tender mercies while you were occupied with your new glorious mistress, Catherine, I think, an insipid blonde, to dull the pain of your pathetic obsession with your brother's wife. It would almost be amusing if it hadn't jeopardized Nicholas's life. Look at you, the perfect definition of the second son. Living your life in your brother's shadow. Happily, Nicholas takes after his own father.
You don't know who he resembles, nor do you care. Your single objective is to control the family through him.
I love my grandson. He is all that remains of my husband and my eldest son. You don't count for anything. And your sister for even less. Oh, yes, it's true. Alexis is your sister. Nikos' bastard daughter, Natasha.
I know.
I wasn't surprised that you validated her story. You always had a soft spot for Alexis. How else could she have deceived you so completely? I'm sorry. But I would love to have seen you. Convinced that your blonde trollop was actually a Cassadine. Couldn't you see, even with Alexis's fabricated evidence, that this story wasn't true? Catherine Bell is as common as ditch water. But then again, one could say so is Stavros' wife, Laura. In fact, your taste in women is remarkably consistent.
So is your method of attack, Mother. Goad me, probe for weaknesses, and then exploit them. Well, there are none. And the revelation that you forced Laura out of Nicholas's life and ordered the death of his grandmother, Leslie Weber, upset him greatly. No one wants to kill you. But we would all rejoice to hear that you died.
And does that we include Alexis? Oh, I'm sorry. Natasha.
She's your problem now.
And you don't care what I do with her? You know, her throat could be slit, the same as her mother. Your little protege? The little girl that you taught and protected? Even financed her education? Your unquestioning ally in all things? I wonder if it was wise to disown her, just for hurting the feelings of that bovine tramp you call a mistress. Or did you exile Alexis because of your own pride? She did beat you at your own game, you know. The deceiver deceived.
As I recall, you made a vow to kill Kristen's daughter. And yet Alexis remains alive despite being aware of her true identity. What is it, Mother? Are you afraid I might defend her after all? Or do you have plans for her yourself?
Making you believe that you were carrying on an incestuous relationship, that's enough to earn anyone an extra 6 months of life.
Careful she doesn't turn that ingenuity against you. I doubt you endeared yourself to Alexis by cutting her mother's throat and forcing her to grow up ignorant of her true parentage.
Are you warning me against Alexis?
She has persistent and annoying friends. Oh, but I forgot. You enjoy Luke Spencer's company. You know, I doubt Father and Stavros would approve of you flirting with their murderer. But I have no objection. You two are suited to one another.
Is Luke still alive because killing him would drive Laura away forever?
He's alive because there's a chance he just might kill you for me. Now you stay away from Nicholas and Catherine. If any harm should come to either one of them, I will not wait for Spencer to end your life.
I'm not the least bit interested in your mistress. But Nicholas is the heir. And you won't keep me from him.
I already have. Good night, Mother. Oh. Don't try to shoot me in the back. There's a gunman on the parapet with a rifle trained at your heart. I suppose I should say chest. They removed your heart, didn't they? I'm fine. Helena had nothing more lethal to offer than a few insults. By the way, I told her about the dysphagia. She would have learned of it eventually. Did she tell you why she came? Yes. Apparently, her miraculous recovery has led her to believe that she can reconcile with you. Do you have any interest in seeing her? Good. Because she is deadly, Nicholas. She's ruthless. And she wants only one thing: to control your inheritance through you. Of course, she says the same thing about me. You don't believe her, do you? I didn't think so. Nicholas, this last year has been difficult for both of us. I have learned through my mistakes and our disagreements. In the future, I will be as truthful as I can with you. But in return, you must trust me. If things happen that you don't understand, if you should find new and inexplicable reasons to doubt me, come to me first, because most likely your grandmother is behind it. Now, I will encourage her to return to Greece, but Helena is a force to be reckoned with, and neither of us can afford to underestimate her.
Remember Puerto Vallarta, Helena? Our midnight swim beyond the shark nets. You were frightened, but it excited you. Think there's any sharks out there? Probably not. Probably just leeches.
Why are you following me?
I was following the sound of somebody eating their heart out. You've been doing that for so long, probably only a little bite or two left. If you're thinking of making a house call, save your energy for our next skinny dip. Stefan's not there. Are you timing him? Or have you set the firebomb for cocktail time?
You only grow more droll with the years.
Thank you. I think I'll wait with you. Big mushroom cloud over Spoon Island is just what the doctor ordered. This is one of my favorite spots.
How do you think I found it?
You've been following me. I'm flattered. I hope you don't mind if I tail you.
Really, Luke? I know how irresistible you find me. Shall we end all of this tension finally? Shall I spread my cape and let you make love to me? Here and now.
I think I just felt something contract.
It's only the cold.
You think? Oh. But you like the cold, don't you? In fact, I always figured your late husband's mania for freezing the world started in your bed.
You dare mention Nikos to me? Remind me. Why have I never had you disemboweled? I keep forgetting.
Because you love me, Helena. Yes, you love me. I'm the only thing in your miserable life that you can hold on to and put your teeth into. Your hatred for me. Your spawn all hate you. You're forced to fly around the world in this grandmotherly concern because it's the only thing you have apart from your hatred for me. Who would have thought it would end up like this, huh?
Thanks to you?
Oh, you think? How sweet. Windermere has a nice funereal glow about it this time of day, don't you think? With the sun reflecting in all those windows that all those servants spend all that time washing. It's an expensive place out there. So does Stefan give you an allowance?
I'm touched by your concern, but I'm quite independent, thank you.
Really? Are you really? Independent? Then why are you here? You'll say for Nicholas. If you are here for Nicholas, then you're just one more vulture, wandering around looking for roadkill. No, that is not why you're here.
If the sight of me is so painful to your kindly heart, then leave me.
The only Cassadine door that's open to you is Natasha's. And ain't that something? The only one left that you can push around is Kristen's illegitimate brat. I mean, how many green stamps are you going to have to save before Stefan even lets you see your grandson?
I said, leave me.
You really should have taught those sons of yours to share.
Of course, I am a pitiful woman. Completely without resources, dependent totally on the mercy of others. Crawling slowly toward decrepitude and death. Well, then you know how ridiculous you sound.
I never said you were pathetic. And I never said you were dependent on the mercy of the merciless. I only said you were out of luck. The torch got passed and all you got was burned. You should have been the one bouncing Nicholas on your knee all these years. You should have been the one wrapping him around your ring finger. At the very least, you should have been the one putting the arsenic in his oatmeal every morning because of who his mother was.
How dare you?
Hold it. You think I'm the first person who ever considered that, my darling? Wake up. Why do you think Stefan won't let you anywhere near your grandson? He knows your capacity for love. It's quite a mess you've gotten yourself into, my dear. What are you going to do about it? Obviously, you haven't given up because you're still here. But it's kind of sad. I mean, you're doing your own reconnaissance work, for God's sake. It's like there's this big roll of barbed wire between you and Spoon Island, and you're the only one standing on the battlefield. You want Stefan to come out and fight, because that's what you do best. But he won't, because he's too smart. By not fighting you, he makes you irrelevant. Who would have thought your runt of the litter would turn out to be so lethal?
You do well to erect a few barricades yourself, Luke. Around your own little family. Careless of you to leave them scattered all around the globe.
What's the matter? Is the bomb late? Was it set for noon? Don't get me wrong, Helena. I love to watch the little freak show that you and your son are performing. And if the two of you want to bleed each other dry, I'll hold your coats. But don't think for a second that because my attention is on you, I haven't got my family taken care of. You're not that smart.
I outwit a great and powerful